Yeah, so we'll use a belt, we'll use a chair, but we're going to start lying on our backs and have the belt just by you. We won't use it straight away, but have it nearby.
It is being recorded.
So take it nice and slow and smooth as you come down. So you've got a real sense of laying your body down vertebrae by vertebrae, connecting each bit of you. And notice how you feel around the back of the neck. Sometimes we can lie ourselves down, but there's a feeling of things being short and tight. So maybe you can bring your fingertips to the occiput, to that little cavity at the back of the head, and just sort of stretch the skin up towards the crown. You can lift your head a little bit. And then lower the head. And you can do that a couple of times. Feels really nice. Just nothing too arduous. Just a sort of gentle pressing in and up with the fingertips, so that the chin tucks in slightly. Not mega amounts, quite subtle, but just a little tucking in to help you lengthen the neck. And then just drop your attention now to the back of the waist. And sometimes that area can, even when we're lying down, can be quite contracted. So, maybe bend your knees a little bit and lift your tailbone towards your heels, and try that. Try doing that a couple of times. So we're going to bring one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the heart. And first, let's just be aware of the movement of the breath in the body. And obviously, it would be nice if you had a strong sense of deep breath, but maybe that's not going to happen straight away. So don't try and force anything. So breathing in and out, sensing the rise and fall of the belly. And then the hand that's on the heart, we're just going to, with that hand, sort of sense the breath in the heart, around the heart area, around the top, around the chest area. And then, just for another couple of breaths, we're going to have a sense of the breath rising on the in-breath from the belly to the heart. And then as the breath leaves the body, moving down the body. So let's just focus on that now. And again, we're not trying to force it. It should occur naturally. And if it's not happening, then you can use visualization. Just visualize a move, a rise like a tide up the body into the heart, from the belly to the heart, and from the heart to the belly. So pick up your belt and bend your right leg, and we're going to just bring the belt around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to be holding this foot up so it comes up towards the ceiling. Obviously, you can bend the knee if you need to. And let's just be really attentive to what's going on in the shoulders as we hold on to the belt. So we want a firm grip on the belt. But if you're finding that you're kind of all scrunched up in the shoulders and all tense around the shoulders to be able to hold the belt and the foot, then maybe just to take a little adjustment so that we've got the firm grip, but perhaps softening, so letting the shoulders move away from the ears, and your belt doesn't have to be held right up by the top of the foot. You can hold it lower down if that makes it a bit easier. So just experiment with how you're holding. So all these poses have potential for being good on the shoulders. Equally, they can all add tension to the shoulders, but we're going to be really mindful about how we're holding our shoulders. So we're going to connect with the breath again. We're going to bend the knee a little. And breathe in. And then we're going to stretch the foot away and breathe out. Or if you want to slightly adjust it so you're doing it alternately, I'm suggesting that you breathe in when you bend the knee, but you don't have to. You could. The important thing is to synchronize the breath with the movement. Now hold your belt. We're going to hold the belt in just the right hand. We're going to bring the right arm so it's on the inside of the leg. We're going to move the leg out to the right and bring quite a big bend into the knee. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a bit of external rotation. So the foot, the knee, the hip moves out. But we're also going to work the inner thigh and the arm a little bit. So the arm's going to press into the inside of the leg and the leg's going to press back. So it's not a huge stretch. There is a stretch, but it's more creating some resistance. So press the elbow in or arm in towards the inside leg and press the inside leg back. And then as you do that, you may find that naturally there's more opening and you can actually move the leg out further. So if you feel that naturally occurs, then go for it. Do the bigger movement, bigger stretch. The left leg isn't going to go very far. We're not going to let the hip or the buttock lift off. We're going to keep it grounded. But you could straighten the leg if you wanted. And if you're straightening the leg, try and flatten the back of the leg against the floor. And if you're bending the leg, that's okay. Just, that's not a problem. Just try and keep the buttocks pressed down, and also the back of the waist pressed towards the floor, because it will want to lift, especially on the left side. Even the ribs, the left ribs. So let's bring that foot all the way back to center. And we are going to bend the left knee now. And we're going to rest the foot on the left thigh. Well, or over the left, just over the left thigh. So it's like a version of pigeon pose. Keep a little bit of flexion in the foot and gently press that right knee away, just gently. So it's, hopefully that feels like there's a bit of opening happening there, nothing too jarring for the hip or for the knee. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can pick up the left foot and hug the thigh or the shin. And gently press that right knee away. Keep pressing the knee away as you press the left knee in. So there's a multi-directional movement going on here. Right knee moves away from the chest, left knee moves in. If it all feels good, then perhaps you could lift your head and shoulders, stretch the back body a little bit, stretch chin in towards the chest, and maybe even roll a little from left to right. And then come down. So we're going to just drop the left foot back to the floor. Keep the right leg over this left side. We'll bring the hands down to the floor. We're going to press into the left foot, lift your buttocks so that the buttocks move over to the right. And then we're going to just come into a little gentle twist so that the knees move to the left side. So I've suggested that you have your legs crossed, but if you're finding that too much, if it feels a bit too much with the legs crossed, then uncross the legs. It's quite strong with the legs crossed. Arms are going to be shoulder high, and then press back into the right shoulder arm. And can you even sort of press the right side of the waist, the right ribs back towards the floor? They're not going to, unlikely that they'll come down because obviously we've taken this twisting shape, but the direction of movement is back towards the right side. You can look over your right arm. We're going to come up. So if you've still crossed your legs, then uncross them and then just gently one by one pick them back up towards center. So we'll just do that on the other side. Take your belt, loop it over the ball of the left foot. I'm starting with my right leg bent. And before we go further, let's just adjust the shoulders. So we're holding the belt in a way that feels free for the shoulders, not jarring and tensing the shoulders. And let's just connect with the breath as we do this. So bend the knee, take a breath in. Straighten the leg, take a breath out. And now we're going to take that side movement. So we're going to hold the belt in the left hand and bring the arm into the inside of the leg. Bend the knee quite a bit. And we're taking the left leg out to the side. So it's a hip opening, but we're going to make it a little bit more dynamic by pressing the knee back into the arm and the arm into the knee. So there's a bit more friction than you'd normally get in this pose. The right leg could be straight, or you could keep it bent. If you straighten the leg, try and press the back of the leg towards the floor. And although inevitably you're going to notice that your right ribs and waist is going to lift up a little bit, but can you try and press them back down towards the floor? Just have that intention that the right side of the body is really firming down towards the floor. So let's just pick that foot back up, cross the foot over the right leg. You can put your belt to one side now. So it's a version of pigeon, and we're really, take it gentle. Keep the flexion in the left foot. We're gently pressing the knee away. And the knee on the left side is going to want to sort of move in. And naturally, it's going to feel more comfortable moving in towards the chest, but let's just gently see if we can encourage it away. And then stay here. If that feels really the place where you want to stay, maybe your hips or your knees sore, then feel free to just hold this position, or you can pick up the right foot and hug the shin or the thigh in towards you. So that the right knee comes in, but the left knee is still moving away. And in that way, you'll get more depth of stretch. And you can roll a little bit if you feel you want to add some more dynamic movement. Maybe pick up the head, chin in towards the chest. And then that's, sort of stretching the back of the body a little. let's drop that foot back. So the right foot comes back to the floor. We're still keeping across of the legs, arms out to shoulder height. Press into your right foot, lift your buttocks so the bum moves over to the left side and then the knees come down to the right. But if you're finding that that's quite a strong twist, so if you feel like that's more than you feel happy with for the hips, then uncross the legs. So knees to the right. Your gaze can follow the left arm or just up towards the ceiling. We're pressing down on the left side this time. So left arm pressing down, left shoulder, left ribs, left waist. It's normal that the ribs be lifted, but you can still visualize them pressing down. So when we take that sort of pressing action, it's more of a dynamic twist. Sometimes it's really nice just to flop into a twist and not apply any effort. But we'll come into something gentler later. But for now, I'm just making you work a bit harder. And also when you're working those ribs and the waist down and the shoulder and the arm, you're getting more abdominal stretch, which can feel really good if you're sort of bloated or feeling like your digestion's a bit sluggish. So take another breath here. And then we're going to come up. So you can uncross your legs to come up. Knees come back to center. And we'll just roll all the way over onto our side. And we'll take a seated position. So we're going to sit a little bit different from normal. So we're going to have the right, both feet are in front of us, but we're going to, you might want to sit on something actually for this because it's a little bit more awkward than a regular seated position. So feel free to get a cushion or something so you're a little bit lifted. So we're pressing into the right foot. So the right foot is flat on the floor with the leg bent, but the left knee and leg is more positioned as though you were taking a cross-legged position. So find that position. Adjust it if you need to, sort of shuffle around a little bit. We want to feel like we can sit up in this. That's why it's good to sometimes have something under the bum. So it's a bit of a twist and some core strengthening as well. We're taking the left hand and we're going to press it into the inside thigh off that right leg. And we're going to take the other hand and we're going to bring it behind us. So the right hand is stabilizing us, helping us to sit up. You can lean in a little bit to that hand. Now let's really firmly activate the leg by pressing into the leg, and the leg presses back. And we're lifting through the torso, so the crown of the head is upright. We're engaging those abdominal muscles. And then we're going to twist and turn gently towards the left. So it's quite a limited twist because we've got the hand in the way. But still, we're gonna have a go with that. So the ribs, the right ribs are moving, left ribs are moving back. As though you're going to press them into the wall behind you. You're pushing the right leg away, but the right leg is resisting and pushing back. There's loads going on here, lots of strengthening here. Breathing. And then relax the body completely. And you can just turn back to center. Rest your hands on your legs and pause. So we're going to take the right arm, we're going to bring it into the inside of the leg. So we were working on this a minute ago from our lying on our back. So hopefully it's great stretch actually, because it makes you, as well as being a sort of strengthening action, because we're going to be pressing into the leg, it also, you have to have enough flexibility to be able to bring that arm onto the inside of the leg. And then you can raise the hand. So spread the fingers. And again, we're pressing into the knee and the knee is resisting. And this time we're turning. And it's quite a different kind of twist. It's a more, less inhibiting the twist. So turning to the left. Keep pressing with the right knee. Tone the abdominals. We don't want the crown of the head to sort of drop forward. Keep the head upright. And then release. Turn back to center. You can just rest your hands on your knees. So this next twist is going the other way. So we're going to just bring that right foot closer. We're going to take the left arm and we're going to just gently hug that knee. So if you need to sort of adjust your position so you can hug the knee, the right hand comes behind you. We're turning. Actually, can I just make another suggestion? I think you're going to be more comfortable if you straighten that left leg to do this. So try that. So we're hugging the right knee with the left arm, but we've straightened up the left leg. So if that feels more, hopefully that will feel a bit more manageable. The right hand is supporting us. And we do want to feel those abdominal muscles. And well done. Release, come back to center. Just pausing for a moment. We'll go the other way. So with this time, we're going to have the sole of the left foot pressing into the floor, and the right leg is more your sort of conventional sort of shape for a cross-legged position. So the right hand's going to press into the knee. The left hand comes behind you. And let's just feel that engagement. Thigh pressing into the hand pressing into the thigh, and turning towards the right side. I think this is quite challenging. It's fairly subtle, because obviously we're not able to move that far because we've got the hand in the way, but it's interesting. Feel the abdominals at the front of the body. And relax. So your hands can just rest on your knees. And then it's the left arm. We're going to bring it into the inside of the thigh. And still, we've got that sort of friction between the arm and the leg. Pressing the knee away and the knee presses back. You can raise the hand. If it's comfortable to raise the hand, you might feel like it's just not that awkward. It's a bit awkward to raise the hand, so you could just have the arm straight. So we're turning to the right side. Right hand can come behind you. Just move so you can see me better. and then relax, come back to centre. So we're going to twist the other way now. So we're taking the right leg, straightening it. I think it's probably going to be easier to bring the left foot in a little, and we're reaching for the knee. We're going to hug it with the right arm and turn to the left. And then back to centre. And we're going to come from here into a owl sort of shape. So come onto all fours. Spread the fingers, press into the hands. Press into the front of the feet as well. So we're going to be on the front of the feet, so we're not tucking the toes under. And then we're going to, so thinking abdominals still, we're going to round the back, we're going to really push the floor away, round the back, chin towards the chest, and squeeze those abdominals, so a little, like a ripple of feeling from the pubic bone up towards the breastbone. So kind of little sort of contraction. And then maybe you can lift your knees a tiny fraction, or a lot. Or if it feels hard to do that, visualize the knees coming up and press into the feet. And then bring the knees down if you've lifted them, come to neutral spine. And then lift the head and the chest. So this time we're going to more feel some contraction in the back of the body. So squeeze the buttocks gently together. So it's not a manic grip. It's a sort of more of a nurturing feeling that's just gently squeezing in like a hug. Like the muscles are hugging in towards the spine. Shoulder blades squeezing in. Lift your chest. Tone the belly. You can still have a little tone on the belly. Broaden across the collarbone. So it's a little back arch. And then back to neutral spine. And we'll do that cat again, cat stretch. So you can pick up your knees as well, but let's just start with the chin towards the chest, rounding the back, engaging those abdominal muscles. Pressing into the front of the feet, lift the knees. Keep breathing. And then come down, back to neutral. It's quite strong that, if you do pick up the knees. And then from neutral, we'll take that gentle back arch. So thighs squeeze together. Feel the buttocks sort of pressing gently together. And that sense of like the hug of those posterior chain muscles hugging the spine. You can stretch the throat, the collarbone. And then relax back to neutral. We'll just sit for a moment before we move on. So you can sit back on your heels, or if you wanted to a child pose, you could do that. Quite strong on the arms, I think, that when you're doing cat-cow like that, it feels quite a lot of work. So let the hands relax. Sense maybe some nice tingling sensations down the arms. So we're going to come up onto our feet, so come up to standing, and this is where we will use the chair. So, and you'll probably want let's use a belt as well. So we're going to do a warrior to the chair, and then we're going to try a little balance. So I'll show you what I want you to do with the chair first, and then you've got some have a look. So the pose that I want you to I'll show you the full pose, and don't be alarmed because we're not going to do the full pose. We're going to do it with the chair. The full pose is where you balance on one leg, you pick up the foot, the left foot, say, and then you take the leg out to the side. So, but we're going to do that option with a chair. So, I'll talk you through it. So you have the foot on a chair, and then you loop the ball, the belt around the ball of the foot. And then we have a go at maybe lifting or maybe not lifting. So we'll do it all together. So take your chair so it's on the left side of your left side, not too far away. You want to have it so that you can comfortably put your foot on the chair. Put your belt. You can put your belt down. We're not going to use it right away, so you can have it on the seat of the chair. And let's just take our Tadasana, our mountain pose. So have a look down at your feet, pick up the toes, spread them. And then bring them down. And we'll do that again. Lift the toes, spread them. Bring them down. And then let's just lift the heels, and come down. And as a little challenge for you, I'm going to get you to do that again, but with your eyes closed. See how that works. So it's quite different. So let's start with the toes. So lift the toes, close your eyes, lift the toes, spread them. And then bring them down. Lift the heels. And bring them down. So now we're taking the left foot and we're going to put it onto the seat of the chair. It's very dark in here. I don't know why. I've got all the lights on, but sorry, the lighting's not quite right today. So the left toes point towards the left. So we're completely turning the toes out. So immediately we're getting that opening. So we've done a few of these sort of movements today earlier. So we're getting that opening again. Let's just bring the back of the hand and press it into the thigh. And then the thigh presses back. So you can do that a few times. So this is the shape that we make in Warrior 2. So it's quite good for the hips, quite good for the groin area, so stretching out that. And then take the hand and bring it to the outside of the thigh. And we're going to press the hand into the outside of the thigh, and then the thigh presses back. And now we're going to take our arms up to warrior arms, sort of shoulder height, and look over your left fingertips. And turn the palms up now. Turn the palms up, turn the elbow creases, and the biceps. But drop your shoulders. It's quite difficult, I think, to get that combination. And then we'll turn the palms down, but try and keep that feeling of the shoulders down, but the biceps lifted and the elbow creases lifted. And really extend through your fingertips. And just notice if your back hand floats down. I think this is difficult to get the arms well aligned. There's usually one arm sort of out of sync. and release. So we're going to use the belt now. So we just don't worry about lifting the foot, except to just bring the belt into the ball of the foot. And we're holding, we want to hold the belt comfortably. So we're not sort of all kind of cramped. We want to feel that we can still feel upright, but we are pulling fairly firmly on the belt. And the arm can press into the knee and the knee can press into the arm, and then maybe lift the toes, maybe lift the foot. Have a go. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly, yeah, just take it really easy. We don't have to come up very far. Just even a small lift is gonna be really strengthening. If you've experimented with just lifting the toes, then bring the toes down and lift the heel. And then if you feel like, oh, actually it's going quite well, you're feeling quite brave and you want to sort of lift the foot completely, go for it. It's very strong on the standing hip, so you're doing well. Let's just bring the foot down now. Release the belt. And we're going to come out and we'll take a seat. So just sit on your chair. You can put your belt to one side and we're coming into a gentle forward bend. So elbows resting on the knees, feet as wide as the mat. Drop the head. You're sort of pressing your tailbone back. Or pressing back into the sitting bones. And then maybe coming lower down towards the floor, hands towards the floor. And then all the way back up again. We'll do all of that on the opposite side. So use your chair again. I was aware that maybe you actually feel like you would have needed 2 chairs, or you want to be closer to a wall. So when you try the balance, you've got something to hold with your left hand. So feel free to sort of get something else if you need it. So we're just putting the right foot onto the chair. Knee above the ankle. Hip bones point forward. We're going to just press the back of the hand into the inside thigh, and the inside thigh is going to press back. And then let's go. So the hand is on the outer thigh. Outer thigh presses into the hand. Then you can just relax your thighs a bit more. Take the arms up to shoulder height. So turn the palms up, turn the biceps up, turn the arm creases up. So elbow creases up, sorry. But drop your shoulders. So optimum extension without shoulder tension. So I think that combination of being powerful in the arms without tensing the shoulders is challenging. You might find that it helps to move your arms back a bit. Also, you can gently kind of activate the shoulder blades, squeeze them in. And then turn the palms down, keep that nice active feeling in the top of the arms and extend through the fingertips. Look over the fingers of that right hand. And then relax your hands down. So we'll try the balance. Don't want to knacker you too much by keeping you here. So we're looping the ball of the belt around the ball of the foot. And you don't have to be all scrunched up holding the belt, you know, at the foot. You can still maintain an upright position. But we are holding the belt quite tall, quite tightly. We're going to press the arm into the inside thigh. Oh, sorry, Beryl. I know. I was aware that I've slightly left you. It's quite a lot of standing, and that's why I thought maybe the left hand could press into the wall or something. So let's just pick up the toes and really flex them. And then you can bring the toes down and lift the heel. And then maybe you can lift the whole foot. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's really difficult combination of things going on here because you've got that big rotation of the leg, the balance. Have another breath or two here. And then well done. Come out. Release the foot. And we'll come again to sitting on the chair. We'll take that forward bend again. So the feet can be as wide as the mat or certainly hip width. Come down onto the knees. Be sort of aware of the back of the neck. So that's an area of the body that does shorten. You'll know that yourself. You know how if you've been sitting at a computer, those muscles get so tight. So let's see if we can lengthen them a bit. Chin can drop in a little. And then the back of the waist as well. So that can get all sort of contracted. So we're trying to lengthen that bit. Come down to the floor if you want to go lower. And then all the way up to sitting. So we're going to sit on the chair. We'll just do one more thing. We're going to position the chair so it's in the middle of the mat. And we're going to sit on the chair. We'll just take a warrior. So we did warrior using the chair one way, but there's other ways we can do this. So we'll take it to the right side. So we're going to sit on the chair so the right leg turns to the right side of the chair. So we're not sitting in a regular way, we're kind of sitting to the side. Now, the only thing with this is if your chair's quite high and if your legs are shorter than your chair, you may need something under that right foot. So just bear that in mind. If your foot doesn't come to the floor, then you will perhaps want to put your block or a cushion or something under that right foot. Before we even think about what's going on with the left leg, we want to line the knee up above the ankle. So try to get that alignment. Toes point forward. Now, I suppose it depends on your chair, but I've now shuffled my sitting bones, so my bum isn't on the chair at all. My leg is completely supported, and then I'm going to press away with the left foot, really pressing down through the heel and the little toe edge. So now, if your hips struggle with this, then you're going to have to keep the left leg bent a little, and that will be how you work this. And you can then maybe straighten up the leg and bend it, because it is a very strong pose. It's a big opening. So don't worry, you can just bend the knee. Have a look.
That looks really good. Jane, I can't see Louisa or Beryl, but yeah, hopefully it feels okay.
It's definitely something to work with. I think this is one of the, lot of hip opening here. So we'll take the arms to our warrior arms. We can turn the palms up, turn the biceps up, and then press the hands down. Just don't want to lose that sort of softness in the shoulders. So can you really, someone use the image of a waterfall. Imagine it's not what an image you'd associate with the shoulders, but can you visualize the sort of dropping down the back, that kind of energy as well, the sort of the waterfall. And then let's come out. So bring the hands down, and we'll go the other way. So support your left foot this time, if your legs are, or your chair is too tall. Now I have my whole thigh on the chair. I have none of my buttock on the chair, so that it's really supporting that thigh. Now, because the chair is parallel, hopefully your chair is even, that's making your thigh drop quite low, more than you would probably if you were doing this. So bear that in mind. So that does add in a more dynamic quality. So the back leg may not cope with that very well. So you may need to just bend the back knee. And you could also just bring the foot forward a little bit, so it's not so far back, and that will make it more comfortable for you. So the foot moves in front of the chair a little. Just set yourself up so you can hold it for a few moments, and then we'll take the arms. I love doing this with the chair. It feels very, very interesting to turn the palms up, turn the biceps and the elbow creases up, and drop the shoulders. And if that image of a waterfall works for you, then use that now. Sort of cascading downward movement, and palms down. Keep extending through the fingers. Pressing back if you can into the right foot. Because what happens with warriors is that the torso often leads in, so keeping the torso upright is quite tricky. And then let's come out. So rest the hands down. We'll come just to sitting regularly on our chair, and then take that forward bend. Your hands could come to the floor, or just rest the elbows on the knees. And we're lengthening the back of the neck. You can even let your head sort of roll around a little bit, soften. So you can nod your chin, and also move your chin from left to right. So it'd be nice to do a little twist, finish with a little twist. So if you've got your elbows on your knees, that's fine. Keep your knees, keep them there. But if you have one hand, you can do this with the hands on the floor or the knees. That's what I'm saying. So we're going to twist to the right. So you can just press down through your left hand or elbow and just gently lift that left arm and bring the hand behind the head. It's quite a gentle twist. And then we'll bring that elbow down and go the other way. Just gently lifting the left hand. Hands behind the head. And come down. We'll finish with a little bit for the neck. So you're sitting upright, and the belt could be useful here actually. We're going to take the right arm behind the waist, and you could hold the belt in the left hand and just I made a little loop with my left hand, and then the hand holds the belt. So you've just got something to gently pull that right shoulder back. And then we're going to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. So we've got that twofold stretch for the left side, right side. So the gentle drawing back of the shoulder, helped by the belt. And combined with the ear dropping towards the left side. And you can nod your chin. That can feel really good. Just a little gentle nod, or also sort of a chin side to side movement. And we aim to sit on our evenly on our sitting bones and thighs. And come up gently. And we'll just go the other way. So if you use the belt, just take it to the other hand. Got that little loop. We take the left hand round, reach for the loop. And it's not a big, it's quite subtle. And the intention is just a little bit of guidance for that left shoulder, so the left shoulder can move back, and then the right ear drops down. I'm pulling a little bit on the belt with the right hand, but not too much. So right ear towards the shoulder and nodding there. If it feels good to nod, chin up and down or side to side, go for it. The other thing that you can do, which is quite subtle, is lean into the arm a little. Relax into the arm. Not big slouching backward movement, but just a little leaning in. It should feel like very deep and satisfying down that left side of the neck. And well done. So coming up, and then we'll take Shavasana. So we've got the chairs. If you wanted to to finish with your legs on the chair, then that's a really lovely thing to do. But also feel free to sort of get whatever you need else you need, like a blanket, eye cushion, support for the head. So you can make this your best ever Shavasana. Completely committing to this moment, letting the weight of the body go completely. Nothing to do here, nothing to prove. Becoming aware of the body, breathing. Deep restorative breaths into the belly, into the heart. But effortless. No trying, not even maybe sensing that you're not even participating in the breath, just the body breathing itself. Just try a little visualization. So remember that the function is very interesting. Visualization works in the same way as if you were actually doing something. So it's the same part of the brain. So just visualizing a flame flickering in the heart space. And as the body breathes in, strengthening that flame. And sense of that, the warmth, the vitality, the vibrancy spreading with each breath. Effortless breath. Spreading from the heart up into the throat. To the skull, crown of the head, temples. Down the body into the belly, hips, thighs, knees, shins, calves, ankles.
each breath strengthening, warming, bringing vitality and vibrancy, effortless breath. Body breathing itself. Enjoy that feeling. Making space for contentment. Completely surrendering to that warmth, the vitality. Melting into that energy. So you can begin to bring some small movements into the hands, very small movements. We're just going to take the thumb and very lightly press it against the forefinger. Maybe then pressing the thumb against all the fingertips, just very lightly, very subtle. And then you can roll onto your side and rest on your side. Pausing here. Making time for the full experience of your practice to soak in. And very slowly, smoothly, you can come up to sitting. Just sit with the thumb and forefinger pressed together. Doesn't matter how you're sitting, just for you to be comfortable. Closing your eyes or lowering the gaze. Take your awareness to that space between the thumb and the forefinger. And now bringing the hands together, resting the thumbs against the heart space. You can press in a little bit, nudging the thumbs in towards the sternum. Thanks very much, everyone. Very nice to see you all.